When you decide to take a cruise, there are hundreds of destinations that you can go to, but there are 5 that are the top selling and hottest cruise itineraries for next year. Hey everyone, what is up? My name is Jordan.
And I'm Jared.
And we are JJ Cruise. Today we're talking all about cruise itineraries. We get the question all the time as travel agents, where should I go next? Well, there are a few specific places that people are traveling to, and they are flocking to get there.
Yes, we all know that there are some people that are just smart cruisers, and there are other people that just go on a whim. Well, these are the top itineraries that smart cruisers are taking. But before we get into our list and the one hot new itinerary that more and more people are booking, I think this is going to be the up and coming one. Please subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and we are so close to hitting that goal. You can be a part of the first 50K. And while you're at it, please hit that thumbs up.
We all know that money is very important when taking a cruise. You want to get the best bang for your buck while exploring the world and seeing new destinations. Well, all around the world, there are certain ports and itineraries that cruisers, and we're going to call you smart cruisers, are traveling to because they are some of the most remote, beautiful, and interesting places on this planet.
From the world's largest cruise ship to the smaller ships out there, there are certain itineraries that are accessible to all ships. And the first one on our list at number 5 for the 5th most selling itinerary for our agency is Mediterranean cruises. Although Mediterranean cruises, we book a lot of all different types, there's specifically one itinerary in mind, and that is Greek Isles cruises. These cruises are selling like hotcakes right now. People want to go taste all the flavors that there is in Greece, see the blue and white structures throughout the island, the gorgeous views from all over. It is just a top destination for so many reasons.
One thing that we would say about Greece is it's great to book an itinerary on the bookends of the season. If you go in May or September, you might experience a little bit less extreme weather because it does get quite hot in Greece, but also you'll have lower crowds. Greece is a hot, hot, hot destination for everyone to visit both by ship and by land. So if you are looking to go to Greece, we do recommend looking in those early or later months. Coming in at number 4, we're booking quite a few trans-ocean cruises. This is, of course, when you cross a big, large ocean like the Atlantic or the Pacific. Now, in our case, we're booking more transatlantic cruises than ever. We ourselves have done 5 or 6 of these cruises at this point, and they are some of our favorite times on board cruise ships.
We have both a transatlantic and trans-Pacific review video out there telling the differences between the two, but also just telling it who it's for. It is a fantastic way to get away, have multiple sea days, but there are some top tips such as which direction you go on a transatlantic or trans-Pacific cruise. So definitely recommend checking out that video. But in general, one of our favorite cruises ever was on a transatlantic cruise, and you can get some really good rates on them as well. Number 3 is Alaska cruises. We absolutely love Alaska. We've been on multiple Alaska cruises ourselves on multiple different cruise lines, and we have a lot of tips for this, but why are people booking it first?
People are booking it for a number of reasons. Accessibility is one of those that we see to be at the forefront. It's an easy destination for people to get to. You get to see incredible sights, huge mountains, and you don't have to travel that far to get there. For most people in North America, it's just a quick flight over to Seattle or Vancouver for a 7-night cruise that truly will change the way that you view cruising.
I love the fact that Alaska is full of wildlife, and you can see everything from whales and maybe otters or seals to eagles in the sky. But no matter what it is, Alaska has such a great reputation of great people, really good communities that you go into town. We have to recommend that you make sure Juneau is on your list in your itinerary. And not just on your itinerary, but make sure you have a good port stay there. We do not want you to go and it be just for a few hours by any means, or be a little bit too early in the morning. Try to get a good stay where it's in the afternoon, maybe even bleeding into the evening. It is one of the most gorgeous sunsets, whether you're sailing away or if you're all the way up in the mountains taking a look and taking it all in.
Our number 2 destination also has incredible views and large mountains, but is a little bit further away from North America, and that is Norway. We have seen so much interest this year into the Norwegian Fjords cruise, and this is one of those that truly is a destination for smart cruisers.
Why, do you ask? Well, Norwegian Fjords cruises for the major cruise lines here is going to stop here soon, just for the fact that they are wanting to be more environmental friendly. There are new regulations coming into play as early as 2025. So if you want to be a smart cruiser and get to the Norwegian Fjords on one of these mainstream cruise lines, you want to make sure you do so now. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that you can't go to Norwegian Fjords without a mainstream cruise line. It just means that if you want to do it on some of the tried and true cruise lines that you're comfortable with here in North America, you may need to do this sooner rather than later.
Next summer and the summer of 2025 is going to be some of the most economically friendly ways to see the Norwegian Fjords, specifically for your pocketbooks at home. If you have to go on a really small vessel or on land, you might see your price of the overall vacation hike up quite a bit. So save some money, get on a mainstream cruise line like Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Holland America Princess, the ones that go up into the fjords, and get there before you can't.
We finally made it to the number 1 cruise itinerary, the top selling cruise itinerary for us as travel agents. And remember, we have our up and coming itinerary after it that we'll share with you. But number 1, Caribbean cruises. As you can imagine, being North American travel agents, we get a ton of inquiries for Caribbean cruises. But what are the specific itineraries that smart cruisers are taking because they know what is going the best?
For many cruisers, they often go either one of 2 routes, Eastern or Western Caribbean, which can stop at a number of different islands. But there has been one itinerary in the Caribbean that has shot up to the front of popularity in terms of people asking questions and actually booking, and that is Southern Caribbean cruises. Specifically, Southern Caribbean cruises that visits the 3 ports of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao.
Now, of course, if you've been in cruising for a long time, you're going to be like, of course, ABCs, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao are top of the list. But what you don't know is a lot of people don't even know about the ABC Islands. We are so gobsmacked when we go on a cruise and we say the ABCs and people are like, what? What did you say? There are so many cruisers out there that are just too new to cruising that they never heard of Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao as being a major cruise itinerary to take. And once they hear it, they take it and they love it.
These islands are all half jungle and half desert. They are really islands for the adventurous at heart. There are incredible opportunities for excursions on these islands. There are lots of wildlife. The people on the islands are some of the most friendly people in the world. We highly recommend a Southern Caribbean cruise if you are someone that's done a lot of cruising and you just want something new. Southern Caribbean cruises are great for the entire family.
Those were our top 5 best-selling cruise itineraries for 2024. Before we get into the one that's up and coming that we're booking more and more, we have to invite you to please book your cruise with us. We are both travel agents here for the US and Canada. So if you are someone who wants to book your cruise through us, go to jjcruise.com, fill out the booking form, and we'll be happy to help.
Amongst all itineraries all around the world, there is one region of the world that is truly making a comeback. And it hasn't really made a comeback yet since the shutdown and the pandemic. And that is Asia. We are seeing a lot of up and coming interest in Asia, specifically though with 2 particular ports in Asia.
Yes, the 2 ports are Singapore and that of Yokohama, which is Tokyo, Japan. There are a lot of fantastic itineraries coming out of both of those ports. And honestly, more and more people by the week are interested in planning their cruise vacations. We are so excited for this because this is a destination we want to go to as well. And one of the only ones we haven't been to yet.
So now it's your turn to let us know in the comments below. What do you think of this list? Have you been to any of these destinations or some of these destinations on your bucket list? What major cruise are you saving up for next? Let us know in the comments below, and let's start a healthy conversation about cruising.
And I did want to mention, we have been to most of these places on the list, so if you want to know more specifically about any of these, minus the last one, you can go ahead and check out our YouTube channel for the good, bad, and ugly of all of these cruise itineraries.
Thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
See ya!